What is up, guys? Here with a video today. This is my first video on this channel, and I figured why not just start out with a tier list for the NFL teams for this upcoming season. I'm just gonna go through real quick, just give some explanations why I think or where they're gonna be and why I think they're gonna be there, and I might adjust things as I go along. As I look at different divisions and teams and stuff, and obviously not everyone can be the best or whatever, but so this is the tier list that I found online. I'm just gonna go basically in order of whatever teams there, and then like I said, I'll adjust later if I need to, but basically this channel going forward after this is gonna be pretty much like I'm gonna do a weekly, hopefully weekly video on what I'm seeing in the NFL, kind of try to cover every single team I possibly can, and do kind of like a podcast type formula where it'll be like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe the video. And hopefully, if you guys want to see that, I will be live streaming it. So if you want to see me live stream the whole thing and stuff, I'll have all my talking points and everything. And maybe in the future, I'll have some kind of webcam so you can see my ugly mug. But for now, this is all I'm working with. And I figured, why not? I love football. I'm pretty well versed in most of the teams, and I follow everyone. My number one team is the Philadelphia Eagles. So I've just got lucky that they're actually really good right now. But so that is, I'm just going to get that right out of the way. I am an Eagles fan, but I do enjoy the whole NFL as a whole. And I do think this season is going to be one of the most exciting seasons we've had in a long time. Just like last year was a super exciting season just for the NFL in general. But anyways, let's get right into this. We'll start with the Saints here. Now, the Saints could potentially make the playoffs this year. I don't know if I'm going to leave them here, but I think they could be a playoff team easily because their division is so questionable right now. I think really any of the four teams in this division could win their division. So, I mean, for now, I'm just going to put them here. I may move them down to potential wild card. But right now, they are technically, I think, a playoff team because we don't really know what's going to happen in that division yet. There's a lot of question marks there. The Miami Dolphins, I think, is a wild card team just because their division, they have the Bills and the Jets. And, so I don't think the Miami Dolphins are going to win their division. I think the Bills are probably going to win. So I think the Dolphins are a safe bet. I think they will make the playoffs. I'll have to see as I go. I might have them missing the playoffs. I'm not sure yet. But right now, as the number two team right now I think they are a potential wildcard team. I think they could easily make the playoffs this year. The Ravens, I think they're going to be a playoff team easily. I think they will probably win their division this year. And they're pretty freaking stacked so far. Their offense looks amazing. I think their offense is probably the second closest to the Eagles offense right now when it comes to just pure speed and talent and all that. The Dolphins also have a really good offense, but I don't know if they're going to be able to, get ahead, that next step above the Bills and just Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen can carry the Bills a little bit further than Tua can with the Dolphins. The Bengals are obviously going to be a playoff team as well. Possibly even a Super Bowl. No, I'll throw them up there. I think the Bengals have a shot to get to the Super Bowl again. They're just, again, you got Jamar Chase, you got Burrow, you got Higgins, you got all those guys on offense that are really good. Their question the last couple of years has been their offensive line, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't at least get close or actually make it to the Super Bowl this year. The Broncos, just say they're just mediocre. That's my first bad one so far. But I just don't trust. Don't get me wrong, Sean Payton, amazing coach. But I don't believe in Russell Wilson. I don't think he has enough of talent around him to bring him up to the next level that he needs to be at in order to get this team going somewhere. I just don't see yet. I could be wrong. Maybe the Broncos surprise everyone this year. You never know. New York Giants. I think the Giants are decent. I don't think they're terrible. I just don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I'll have to see as I go on through the rest of these teams, and like maybe they move up to potential wild card. But right now, I'm going to say they're going to miss the playoffs, but I think they'll still have a pretty solid year this year. The Vikings, I don't. Oh, I think the Vikings might be a potential wild card team this year because they did lose their running back and Adam Thielen. I believe they also lost this year or last year. I can't remember if he played for them last year or not. But they were really good. They were one of the best offensive teams last year. I mean, Kirk Cousins, I think, is super underrated personally. And I think that, they're good. I think the Vikings are good. I just don't know if they have enough to, like, get to that, get to the Super Bowl right now. The Rams, I think, are... I don't know. The Rams, they've lost so many good players. I think they're going to be mediocre again this year. And I'm a huge Matt Stafford fan. But with all of his, again, getting injured last year and Cooper Kupp also coming off the injury, I'm not sure if those two will be enough to push this team forward to the next level when they lost, multiple key players that got them to the Super Bowl the year that Matthew Stafford came to the team. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong with every single one of these. But this is what these are for. They're just for fun, just get some little fun things out there. Here's another one that I think could be a potential wild card just because of the division that they're in. And, they could potentially be a playoff team too. You know what I mean? Like, they could go either way. But from what I've seen so far with them in 1 week of preseason, I think there is a little bit of promise there. I don't think they're going to go crazy or not. But like I said, this could move down here as I go through this. But from what I've seen so far, they could be fine. I think Baker Mayfield looked pretty good. We'll see what the other guy looks like as a starter this weekend. But I thought Baker Mayfield actually looked pretty good. But it is also just preseason so far. So, take everything with a grain of salt. The Lions, I think, might actually win their division this year, which is maybe a hot take, but I actually kind of believe in the Lions this year. I did kind of last year too, and the Lions actually didn't look that bad last year. They almost did make the playoffs, but it is what it is. I think the Lions are probably the most improved in their division so far this year. It really could come down to these two. The Bears, I think, are going to miss the playoffs. But, I'm going to put them in young but intriguing because they are still kind of young. And I think that there is... I think maybe another... I don't know. The Bears, again, I'm going to say this a lot, but, there's always a team every year that just surprises everyone. Just like last year. I thought the Eagles were going to be really bad last year, and then look what they did. I didn't think Jalen Hurts was going to be the Jalen Hurts that we saw. And I'm an Eagles fan, and I was super hard on the Eagles. I thought, okay, we're going to just have another mediocre year. We're probably going to maybe make the playoffs but not get anywhere. And we ended up being arguably probably the best team in the league last year. It just fell short with that one fumble in the Super Bowl by Jalen Hurts, and I think that was the big game changer in that. But, I think the Bears definitely could definitely, they who knows, maybe the Bears win. Like, everyone in this division, too, I think has a fair shot. 49ers, I'm going to say they're a playoff team. I don't think, well, no, I'll just put them in there, Super Bowl contenders. Because guess what? The 49ers, I think, are the only other team besides the Eagles that actually have a chance to win the NFC. So I'm going to put them there, but there's a huge question mark with how Purdy plays in a second year. So we'll see what happens there. But they still do have George Kittle and, all the boys that are fucking just amazing. So I'm not going to knock the 49ers. They are a legit team, but I don't know if they can keep up with the Eagles. Which going with here, we're going to go Super Bowl favorites. I am a little biased, but at the same time, pretty much everyone at the moment is saying the Eagles are the team to beat in the NFC. They're probably the team to beat in the whole NFL besides the Chiefs. So I mean, you just can't, like, I'm sorry, the Eagles are just really good. I can't. If they were bad, I would put them in a bad spot, but they're not. Raiders are whew, Raiders are probably going to be close to that first pick. They're just a dumpster fire right now. So I don't know. They're definitely one of the worst teams in the league right now. Green Bay, they could be, I don't know. I'm not sold on Love yet, but he hasn't shown me anything like, I mean, he had a really good touchdown pass. I will give him that. He looked like he was in control. So, like, they could be a potential wild card. They could potentially get back to there. I think Jordan Love could possibly, but they did also lose key receivers, and I think they lost the running back as well. Like I said, I softly try to keep up with everything that's going on with NFL. Obviously, my next video will be more like detailed and everything. This is all just right now is just kind of coming off memory, and I can't think of every single player's name. And but I do kind of have a general idea of like where every team is. I just don't remember every single player's name or whatever at the moment, just because there's so many players to remember. Washington Commanders. I don't think they're gonna be terrible, but I think they're gonna miss the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna be as bad as everyone thinks they're gonna be, because they do have a decent defense. They do have a pretty decent receiving core. It's just, again, the question marks with their quarterback and just the team as a whole, how they click and everything, and if they could do it. Because they surprise people every once in a while. I mean, they've been one of the worst teams for a long time, but they've always been like in the middle. You know what I mean? They're not like always terrible. They're just kind of like in the middle. Yeah, Cardinals are just doomed. I don't see the Cardinals doing anything crazy. I don't know. They're just, everything's all up in the air with them right now, and I think they could be one of the worst teams this year. That could be a really hot take. I mean, they could be mediocre at best, but I think they're going to be one of the worst teams, personally. Like, they might get like 5, 6, 7 wins maybe, but I think that's about it. Steelers, Pickett looked really, really good. So I'm going to say I don't think they're going to win their division, so I think they'll be a potential wild card. So there's that. Like, Bills, Super Bowl contender. I'm going to put them up there as well. I think the Steelers do look good, though, going back to the Steelers. I think that they are a potential wild card team. I don't think they have enough to beat the Ravens. And I don't think they... Who else is in that? The Browns. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that the Ravens are definitely probably going to win their division there. Wait, no, hold on. The Bengals are in that division, right? The North? Yeah. Ooh, so wait. Let's see. Yeah, so Bengals will win the division. Then I think, yeah, potentially Ravens and Steelers would be maybe two of the wild card teams for the AFC. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So I think the Ravens definitely get in as a wild card. So that's how I'll kind of count this as. I think, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami or the Steelers get in. So, yeah, okay. This looks good. This looks good then. Falcons, young but intriguing. I'm not sure if their whole team's actually young, just like the Bears. Like, I don't know how young their teams really are, but their quarterbacks are young still. And I want to see the Falcons do good. I want to see the Bears do good, just because they both have exciting possibilities with their offenses and their quarterbacks. They can be really, really exciting, but I'm not sure if they're quite there yet. Maybe the Bears are. I don't know if the Falcons are, though. Seahawks are... Let's see, who's in there? So I think the 49ers win their division. So these guys... I'm just gonna put them in potential wild card right now, because we'll have to see if Geno Smith can do what he can do again, like he did last year. But I think the Seahawks, I think they might be able to squeeze a spot into like the last spot of the wild card this year in the playoffs. Patriots, I think, are just gonna. I think they're gonna miss the playoffs. I mean, they did pick up a couple good players, but they just haven't been the same. And I'm not a big Mac Jones fan. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I actually thought Zappy looked better than Mac Jones did, but I'm not the guy that's calling the plays there. The Patriots haven't been the same since Brady left, so they're kind of like rebuilding. And I mean, it's the Patriots. It's Bill Belichick. Who knows? I'm not gonna ride his dick though and be like, oh, he can make any team look great. I don't think that's a thing. I just think that like maybe in a year or two, if Mac Jones continues to progress, maybe this year he does. Maybe it's like the Eagles last year, how I thought the Eagles were shit. But I don't know. I just don't. The Patriots have been one of the most consistent teams throughout the last 20 years, but times change. Browns, I think, are gonna be. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be mediocre or if they're gonna be just missing the playoff. Because I like Watson, but everyone's leaving. I think there's a lot of hype around these guys, but I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't know. I could be wrong. I want the Browns to be good, but I don't know if this is their year. Texans, they're definitely just, yeah, they're not going to do nothing this year. These are obviously Super Bowl favorites. So those are the two that are probably most likely favored to be in the Super Bowl again this year. So we're just gonna keep them up there. Those are the two top teams right now in the NFL. Obviously, I think the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the best team because of Andy Reid and Mahomes and Kelsey, and as long as those three are together, it's gonna be hard to stop them. Especially Mahomes, he's just a dog. But like on paper. So, like, Eagles are the best team technically on paper and probably stat-wise. But then just pure willpower and pure just talent and just figuring shit out on the fly, the Chiefs are the best team. Like, so if you were to, like, to take these two teams, I would say it would be, like, Eagles are, like, the best team in the NFL. And then the Chiefs are, like, the best team that shouldn't be the best team, but somehow is just magically just amazing all the time. Yeah, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, the Chiefs are just the Chiefs, and they're just a dynasty in general somehow, even though they literally play with, like, no-name players all the time. And then the Eagles have, like, almost every position on their team has a household name player, but then, like, the Chiefs can still find a way to hang with them type thing. The Chiefs are just built different. So the Cowboys, I think, are definitely a playoff team. And that's hard to say, but I think the Cowboys probably make the playoffs as a wild card. I know there's been this thing where the one team hasn't won multiple years in a row in the NFC East, but I don't know. I think the Cowboys make the playoffs again and then just fizzle out, because I don't believe in Dak Prescott. I believe Dak Prescott's the same as Carson Wentz. Chargers, I wanna like the Chargers, but I think they're missing the playoffs again. I love Justin Herbert. I just don't think they have enough defense, or like sometimes even not enough offensive power. I just don't know, man. I don't believe in them. Jets is the one that's interesting. I think the Jets could be a potential wild card team. I don't think they're gonna. gonna just straight up miss the playoffs. They could miss the playoffs because the AFC is so stacked compared to the NFC that like it's easier to put people in potential wild card than just saying straight up that they're just gonna miss the playoffs or that they're gonna be in the playoffs, because it is so hard to know. And like, so my tier list is like, I give everyone kind of a little bit of benefit of the doubt because I just love football so much. And like, I can see a lot of these teams easily making it to the playoffs, and potentially any one of these people, I believe, from, I think any of the playoff teams and up, besides like maybe the Saints and maybe the Lions, could win the Super Bowl or be in the Super Bowl. And then like I could see the Jets making it to the Super Bowl. I could see maybe the Dolphins making it to the Super Bowl, like below that in the potential wildcard spots. And then everyone else that I have below, like missing playoff teams, I don't see even consider them a Super Bowl team. But like I could, these pretty much like these four groups here are all teams minus a couple that I think could easily make the Super Bowl. Not easily, but obviously like fight their way to the Super Bowl. Panthers, I think they're young, intriguing. I don't know if they're going to really do anything. They could potentially be down in this mix too, but you never know. I think the Titans are going to be mediocre. Colts, are going to be mediocre. I don't think that rookie looked that good, to be honest. I think Minshew looked a lot better. I think Minshew should probably be their starter, in my personal opinion. I just don't think that the other guys show anything. But again, there's a couple more weeks of preseason. There's more time for him to develop. And who knows, maybe it's a different tune. But I don't think he's going to do anything that's going to, change anything. Jaguars are definitely a playoff team. Definitely probably going to win their division. And yeah, did I miss any? I definitely missed some divisions maybe that. Okay, so winning their division. Bills will win their division. San Francisco win their division. Saints will probably maybe win their division. Lions, I probably think will win theirs. Jaguars will win theirs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 8. That should be all of the divisions, I think, right? And did I miss any divisions? Because there's always one. Yeah, I think that's all the divisions that I got there. All right, so yeah, all the divisions have the playoff teams. And then I think this list looks pretty legit. Like, I don't think anyone can argue these two. I don't think anyone can argue that these three aren't at least the main ones that people are like, okay, maybe they can. I mean, you could probably put the Ravens up here as contenders as well. I wouldn't argue that. I definitely would not argue that the Ravens could possibly be contenders. I would even say maybe even the Jaguars could be contenders. Other than that, I don't see anyone else that I would strongly be like, yeah, I could easily see them being like definite in the Super Bowl. Like these are the 5 teams that I think are definitely have 100%, like definitely have a big shot and big chance to be in the Super Bowl. Then these groups of teams here, I could see like, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams clawed their way up there. But anyways, this is already like 24 minutes long. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Leave the video a like. Comment down what you think. You think I'm an idiot? You think I'm right? You think some of the stuff I said was stupid or dumb or whatever? Let me know. I love just talking football, and like I said, I have more videos coming out soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.